Hey everyone, I have our weekly show with Emil from Roofstock. How you doing, Emil?
I'm doing great. I have my standing desk today. I'm standing instead of sitting, so
Nice.
feeling a little more energy today, ready to go.
That's nice. Well, let me set this up first because occasionally I get some haters on my channel and I just want to clear this up. So first and foremost, why is Emil and I doing these conversations? The number one reason is the question I get most often on my channel is, what do you think about my market, X, Y, or Z? I've gotten tired of saying, I only know one market. I only know Fresno, California. You want to ask me about Fresno? We can have an intelligent conversation, and my opinion probably matters. If you ask me about any of the other MSAs across the country, I have no idea. And frankly, my opinion shouldn't matter. So what I've done is I've worked with Roofstock last year. I went to the office in Oakland. I saw what they were doing. I see how they check people out. And I mean, I don't know anybody else who looks nationally that can have an intelligent conversation. And then because of the width and breadth of this channel, now almost 15,000 subscribers, I want to use it to get discounts. And Emil checked in with Roofstock and actually got you all $1,000 discount. If you use the link below, you'll get $1,000 back if you happen to buy something. And again, I am not telling you to buy anything. I'm telling you, use the platform, research it, look at prices, look at rents, just get smarter. And again, lastly, I don't know your market. I'm trying my best to answer the questions we get all the time. So Emil, what market are we talking about today?
Absolutely. So today we are talking about St. Louis, Missouri, which is actually a market I've invested in. It's the main market I'm focused on right now. So pretty excited
Okay.
to talk about this one.
All right. Well, I look forward to that. I know nothing about St. Louis, but folks, we have a whole playlist on there now. I think it's 4 or 5 cities long. Emil will throw out statistics and I'll just ask questions, make comments, and try to do my little part to highlight what I think about the numbers. So let's go.
Awesome. And yeah, thank you for that clarification. I'm doing the same thing. I'm not trying to steer anyone in
Yeah.
one particular direction. I'm just compiling stats,
Yeah.
trying to give people some information, and then they can go do their
And
own
just be
research.
clear, man, I appreciate this because I got to be honest, I'm not looking at other markets.
Mhm.
Somebody asked me about St. Louis. I'm not going to spend a second looking at it. So the fact that you agreed to do this weekly with me is awesome because otherwise it doesn't get done. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's roll into it. So today we're talking about St. Louis. The MSA name is
Mhm.
St. Louis St. Charles Farmington, Missouri.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it also actually crosses into Illinois as well. So some of St. Louis crosses into Illinois.
Huh. Okay.
The greater MSA population of St. Louis is 2.8 million, which ranks it number 20 in the country.
That's the biggest one we've done to date, right?
It
2.8.
is. Yep.
I didn't realize St. Louis was that big.
Yeah, the
Okay.
MSA is huge. So what's interesting is the city population is only 301,000.
Ah, see, that's what I was. So it's a geographically large, sort of like LA County, probably, right? LA County is
Exactly.
just massive, where San Francisco, geography wise, is tiny, right? Footprint wise. So, okay. So that makes sense. Wow. 300,000 in St. Louis proper.
Yep,
So,
exactly.
so let me ask you, right? You've already mentioned that's the market you're looking at. Are you looking at the MSA or the city? Because that's 10%
I,
roughly.
I invest in the city. I invest in I bought a single family home in the north part of the county, so outside of the city, in an
Okay.
area called Florissant. And then now, because I'm switching over to small multifamily, I'm looking in area of South City where there's a lot
Okay.
of
So
smaller
they built a
multifamily
lot
housing.
of small multis in that area, which is what
Exactly.
they did a lot in the 50s and 60s. Okay, so again, just my opinion, right? 2 point whatever it was, 6 or 8 million, that's significant. But only 300,000 in the city, that's borderline small, right? You can
Yep.
be very dependent on employment or employers, I should say, right? If you're a one employer town, I don't know St. Louis. I know we'll get into that. But yeah, those are, that's my first cut. It's like, wow, that's the city versus MSA is very different.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I've talked to different property managers and local experts, and
Yeah.
there's been this flight to the suburbs from the city, but overall, St. Louis still a very large metro. So the
Okay.
city population, 301,000, that is number 65 in the US. So
I think that actually might be the smallest that we've done today, city wise.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
So St.
Okay.
Louis City, you look at a map and it's a small sliver of just how big St. Louis is. So
Okay. All right. Well, that's fair. Again, I don't know. So that's cool. All right. I learn something new every day. And
So the
sorry if my
MS,
dog's whining, folks. He's not doing well. If you follow me for a while, you know. So I'm going to try to keep him quiet. Sorry, bud.
we love Jimbo.
Thanks.
So MSA population growth, basically flat since 2010. It's plus a half percentage point, but basically flat since
But that's the
2010.
MSA. So that's the 2.8.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
And then, like we were mentioning earlier, there's been a lot of flight to the suburbs. So the city population has actually declined almost 6%.
Ah, see,
2010.
that's a 6%. That I was
Mhm.
going to say yellow flag, but damn, that might be a red flag, brother.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
unless you see it coming back, I mean, I mean, what I would be asking myself is why, right? And again, it sounds like it's been going on for a while. Again, I know nothing about St. Louis, folks. I'm just putting stuff together. What was the reason? What was it? Is it urban decay, which could be reversed with gentrification, right? It will eventually happen. Did employment leave, right? Was it a manufacturing hub on the Mississippi or whatever? And now it's not. I mean, those are questions I'd be asking myself is because again, 6% starts to compound, then you got a real problem, right? Because not only then the housing values, but rents could become an issue because then you have a supply demand problem. Again, I know nothing. I'm just spouting off things I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely concerning. One of the one of the things I was looking into as I was evaluating St. Louis, but if you do some more research, and everyone should do their own, just kind of what I've seen, a lot of money going back into rebuilding, a lot of
so
rehabbing going on
that
in the
boomerang's
city.
coming, right? The gentrification, right? Urban decay ultimately always returns in, I guess it's called gentrification. And if you catch that right, you get wind at your back. Right now, it kind of feels probably like wind's in your face, but if you catch it right, wind will be at your back, and you get a decade or two of nice gains. So okay,
Yeah, it's the hope, and it's funny because St.
the
Louis
hope.
is the hope. You can never count on these things,
Oh
right?
no, not at all. Huh?
You hoping. But it's interesting. There's like neighborhoods that are right next to each other, and the amount of rent that change. St. Louis is like very block to block city.
As
Neighborhood to
most cities
neighborhood.
are, and again, cities that are in decline, I guess that's a fair thing, right? 6% negative is a decline. And I don't mean decline economically. I just mean population, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see a lot of that. It'll be very street to street. Yeah, very block to block. So you definitely got to get boots on the ground, do your homework. So cool.
Yep. All right. So keeping it going, we have next going to median household income. So median household income is 67,420.
How much again? Sorry, I was writing notes.
67,420.
That's not bad. That's about where we were in the other cities. So that's cool. Okay.
Right. And so we'll get into it soon, but the cost of living is cheaper than some of the other places that have this median household income.
Okay.
So number of units, housing stock, 1.27 million.
That's MSA?
That is MSA.
That makes sense. Okay. That makes sense.
And 28% of that is renter occupied.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's not what I expected. So 1.2 million homes, only 28%. Again, I think that might be the low for all the cities we've looked at.
Yep.
That's interesting. I'm guessing the median price is pretty low.
Yeah, well, we're going to get into that soon. What do you think it is?
I know nothing, but just given, and this is MSA or city? Just I'm going to guess, but I want to make sure I guess correctly.
It's Zillow's number, so I believe it's MSA.
Okay, so let's just say I'm going to go. My first number that jumped out was 86, but I'm going to change that to 92,000
for median single family home price.
Yeah,
142.
Oh shoot! Well, there you go. See, I know nothing. Just more proof I know nothing. Wow. Okay.
Well, compared to some of the other ones we were looking at with median household income in the mid to high 60s, they were like, I think Indianapolis and Columbus were more like 160 plus.
Yeah, they were 168. Yeah. So, okay. So you're 20K cheaper, which means the affordability is better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. Okay. 142. That's 50 grand more than I thought. Okay.
And then, so 2020 single family permits estimated at 5,506, according to John Burns.
Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah, that's fire burn units at that point. It's not a lot going on.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So we touched on median single family home price according to Zillow. That was as of November 2020, and that is up 13.6% over the last 12 months.
Just more evidence, folks, that single family homes are going up again. I think in 2021, St. Louis up 13%. Okay, that's Cool.
And so median single family rent, according to John Burns, 1,390.
Wow. St. Louis median to median is almost 1%, right? 142 for price, 1,300 for rent. You're, the whole bigger pockets, 1% rule right there. So cool.
Yep. That's what's probably attracting a lot of investors seeking cash flow.
Yeah.
Seeing those
Be careful with the 1% rule. Watch some of my videos on it. It's all cracked up to be, but it is a good place to start. It's a rule of thumb. Yeah.
Yep.
But sometimes it's dangerous.
Yeah. I've watched those videos. Those are very enlightening, especially as someone, you've gone through all of it. You've used the 1% rule.
I have. That's what I started with. So I understand. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So year over year rent growth there is up 3%.
Huh. That's weird. I would not have guessed that. Cause again, we're saying 2 point whatever million people, we're saying 28 or 26% is renters, but you only have 3% rent growth.
In single family. Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Again, I'm guessing that's just because in St. Louis, I guess most people can afford the house at 142. I guess that's what's happening, right? Why give somebody rent when you could buy with 3.5% down? That's like $5,000. That's just a touch more than first month in deposit. So that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. It's very affordable.
Yeah. Okay.
City. Single family gross yield, 10.2%.
Yeah. I think that's probably what it would be given the rents and price. Yep.
And home occupancy rate clocking in at 94.8%.
Wow. Okay. All right. I think that's a pretty consistent number across the cities. And I think that is the whole first home, second home, vacant home kind of stuff. I think that's what that is. Yeah. I actually got to go research that, figure out what that really means, but okay.
Cool. All right. So those are the quantitative stuff. Moving into some of the qualitative. So employment. So the major industry sectors in St. Louis include aerospace, food processing, chemical, electrical, equipment manufacturing, biotech, and printing and publishing.
That's a good diverse. That's very diverse. I would not have, I think the only one I knew was aerospace. That much I knew. That's a pretty diverse employment base. It's pretty recession resistant, a good mix. Biotech's going to be very important in the future. So frankly, better than I thought. Okay, cool.
And so St. Louis is home to 8 Fortune 500 companies. Okay. Centene, Emerson Electric, Reinsurance Group of America, Edward Jones, Graybar Electric, Olin, Amarin, and Post Holdings.
Okay.
And some other companies that people are probably familiar with that are headquartered in St. Louis are Panera Bread, Anheuser-Busch, and Energizer.
Nice. Okay. I can't believe Anheuser-Busch is not a Fortune 500 company, but
I know. I thought so too. Apparently, I don't know.
Missed the cut.
Yeah. People aren't drinking enough beer, apparently.
Oh, there you go.
All right. So going into rental market stats. So I talked about how rents have gone up 3% in single family homes. Mm-hmm. Over the last 3 years, average rent in St. Louis have grown by 6.8% on single family. So again, not huge if we're looking at.
So that's like a 2% compound, right? Because that was a three-year mark. Again, that's, I don't know, arguably about inflation, maybe a touch higher than inflation, maybe. Okay.
Yep. And probably keeping in check because of the affordability, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Average apartment rent. So I pulled this from John Burns as well, was $956, which is up 2.9% year over year. But if you look at the last 3 years, average rents on apartments in St. Louis have grown by 12.3%.
Wow. That's interesting. So apartments grew faster rents than houses. Why would that be? Significantly faster. Why would that be?
There's some places again, this is just what I've noticed. Yeah. Don't take my word for it. Talk to people who, boots on the ground. From what I've noticed, there's these places in the city that are just booming and gentrifying really rapidly. And the rents on these apartments are like crazy, like things you would almost expect in a coastal city.
So, okay. So somebody went in, bought a whole big building or whatever you want to call it. And now they're coming out the other end, remodeled with floors and paint and all. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So that's an artificial, right? They're doing a year-on-year compare where the quality has been upgraded. That would make sense, right? You go buy a C building, turn it into a B, or turn it into an A minus. That makes sense why rents would be up so much. Okay.
Yeah. All right, moving into our last section, quality of life. So Forbes ranked St. Louis as one of the best places for business and careers last year, noting that high-tech employment in the metro area grew by 2.2%.
Wow.
St. Louis, according to U.S. News and World Report, St. Louis is one of the best places to live and retire in the country. St. Louis is home to almost 40 colleges and universities.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of colleges and universities, which I think is part of the reason you see that median household income high compared to how expensive everything is. And St. Louis ranks as the 39th best place for young professionals in America by niche.com, with high ratings for diversity, family living, and nightlife.
There you go. Wow. So yeah, St. Louis has got a lot going for it. I mean, obviously the one red flag we joked about was the negative 6% population. Again, I don't know anything, but that would be what I would research. Maybe it is turning the corner and coming back. It does have a diverse employment base. That surprised me. Owner occupants at 72% or whatever it was surprised me. Price point surprised me. Obviously, I guessed call it 90 and it's 140. So again, just another point. I don't know any market but Fresno. But I'm happy to bring other markets to folks. It's the number one question I get. Folks, if you want to leave a comment below about a city or a county, leave it. I know some of you have left comments multiple times. Emil, do me a favor. I know some of the cities Roofstock doesn't cover. So if you see one of those, can you reply and say, hey, sorry, I can't talk about this one. We don't cover it because, again, you're not everywhere. And then second, just reply when you see a city and say, hey, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. So people don't think we're ignoring them. That would be wonderful.
Absolutely. We'll do.
All right. And then last thing, folks, link below. Check it out. Use it. Register. Check out the inventory. Go ask questions. See what's out there. Don't have to buy. Just use it as another data source. But if you do buy, might as well get $1,000. All right, Emil, take care. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Michael. You too.
Bye.